Okay, everybody, welcome to Undisputed Podcast. I'm your host, Zach Cooper. My co-host, Jeff, is going to do his video. We're doing our second match from the 1997 In Your House Final Four. We're doing the Final Four match, which is just a fatal four-way for the WWE title. But you can win this match by pinfall, submission, or being tossed over the top rope with both feet hitting the floor. So, I took notes on. I watched this and I took the notes on this. I apologize if I didn't get everything. There was so much going on in this match that it was just hard to type and keep up. So, I did what I could. I highlighted the high ends of this match, and that's pretty much how I'm gonna break it down now. So, Vader comes out first. He enters the arena. He starts throwing a temper tantrum already, throwing steps. Kind of no idea why. I guess maybe that's just how he is. Austin comes out next. And he was in the ring. He ends up flipping off Vader. Then surprisingly, the Undertaker comes out third. They usually have him come out last. So it was weird to see him not come out with the way that his gimmick and his entrance is. So he comes out third. And then Bret Hart has an interview right before he comes out, and he said that all of his opponents are tough and that there's no more excuses. Let the best man win. Because as we remember, Bret Hart kind of got screwed in the Royal Rumble where Austin ended up eliminating Hart, and then that kind of led to this match because Austin had been eliminated, and so the last four guys all eliminated in that match were like, why not us, like that type of thing, when he was already eliminated. So it kind of led to this match here. So Bret Hart comes out last. Taker and Vader and Austin and Bret Hart all brawl with each other. The first big move hit, Taker goes up top. He hits Old School pretty super early in this match. Usually that's when you see Old School get countered. Not in this situation. He hits Old School on Stone Cold. Then Vader hits a belly-to-belly suplex on Taker, but then they end up going to the outside, and Taker ends up whipping Vader into the steel steps. And then inside the ring, Bret Hart puts a sleeper on Austin. Austin hits a jawbreaker, which is like the same thing as a stunner. Vader's busted open bad. I mean, he's bleeding pretty bad already early in the match, but Bloody Vader takes a steel chair and he smacks the Undertaker on the back with it. There's no disqualifications, no countouts in this match. I know I didn't mention that. So the chair is completely legal. Undertaker ends up rolling back in the ring. Or he walks around the ring. My bad. And ends up back body dropping Stone Cold onto some concrete on the outside. These guys are just straight up brawling in this match. Like, I mean, fatal four-ways are usually a lot of fun, but it's the 90s. Like, I mean, like 97, like where these matches are slow, all that kind of stuff. But these guys are just brawling. I mean, like, they're going all out. Like, this has been entertaining, to say the least. Austin hits Vader in the head with the title belt several times. I mean, he can't bleed any more than he's already bleeding, so you might as well just go for it. Then Bret throws Vader over the steel railing, and they go and they brawl out into the crowd. Hart and Vader, back when we had crowds. Inside the ring, Austin jumps off the turnbuckle, flying clothesline to the Undertaker, gets a 2 count. Then they kind of flash to Psycho Sid, who's watching in the back, because he gets a title shot tomorrow on Raw the next night, which, spoiler alert, he actually ends up winning the title from the winner of this match the next night on Raw, which is crazy that they have. Usually, you don't see the main title of one night title reigns too much, but this isn't the first time you'll see that. So, in the 90s, so Austin hits the Luthez press to Vader. I've always loved that move. I used to just get hyped for it when I was a kid. When he jumps on top and just starts beating him, boom. Anyway, Luthez press to Vader. Awesome. Bret Hart gets in the ring and pile drives Austin. I gotta say, The pile drivers back then looked dangerous, and it's you know, I can kind of see why they don't like that move being used too much. So the tombstone, I feel like you get more cushion for, but the pile driver, it almost looks like they literally just drop them straight on their head. And we all know what happens to Austin at some point. We'll probably get to that in our reviews at some point, so just remember that. So Vader goes up top now. Undertaker's laying on the ground. Vader goes up top, and he goes for a moonsault. The Undertaker moves out of the way, so he misses the moonsault, and then you see Stone Cold Steve Austin literally just low blow Bret Hart. Again, no disqualification, so he doesn't care at all. Just low blows him. Meanwhile, after the miss, Vader rolled outside. Undertaker rolled out after him, but Vader starts choking the Undertaker with some of the TV camera wires on the outside. And then he gets back in the ring, and Bret Hart low blows Vader. Like, so people are pretty much just taking advantage of the fact that this is no DQ, and they're pulling everything out of the stop. Undertaker pulls, or Stone Cold pulls Undertaker, so that his legs are around the turnbuckle post on the outside, and then slams his knees into the turnbuckle post, because, you know, that's effective on big men. Especially, I'm effective on anybody, but big men especially, because you want to take them down and keep them down. So, smart move there by Austin. Kind of a veteran move, and he's not quite a veteran at this point. Taker ends up getting up, limping, grabs Austin, chucks him over the top. Austin holds on. Very close elimination. Then Taker gets thrown over again. He almost gets eliminated, but he holds on. Then Taker gets back in again and does the same thing to Austin again. And this time Austin, barely holds on. Like he was quick over the top rope. And I to the point where I've seen this match before, but I didn't remember it because I haven't seen it in so long that I thought that was the end of Austin at that point, but it wasn't. He gets back in the ring, but then Bret Hart comes over and dumps Austin out. Austin's first one eliminated. The winner of the Royal Rumble doesn't get to WrestleMania and doesn't even last in this match because he winds up being the first one gone. Vader takes out the knees of the Undertaker, which were already worked on by Stone Cold on the steel post. Shoulder block from Vader to Bret Hart, and then Vader just takes off his mask and he just chucks it. Gross, because it's got blood all over it, and he just went in the crowd. But Paul Bearer hits Taker with an urn on the outside, kind of just like he did at the Royal Rumble the month prior. So obviously there's continuing the story there. Which you like to see in matches. They don't do a lot of story carrying on in today's WWE. It's one of their biggest faults. Back in the day, in like '97, starting into the Attitude Era, they were very good at doing that kind of stuff, and that's what they did here. So good to see that. Then Hart suplexes Vader from the outside, or superplexes Vader from the turnbuckle into the ring, which is quite the feat of strength because Vader's big. They say he's like 450. Bret Hart's not that, wasn't known for physical prowess. So that was pretty awesome just to see, to be honest with you. Then Bret puts the sharpshooter on Vader. Vader's getting ready to tap, but the Undertaker breaks it up. Don't know why he did that because it's elimination style. Should have let Vader tap out. Confuses me, but Stone Cold re-enters and comes out and attacks Bret Hart. Taker ends up low blowing Vader. So now pretty much everybody's low blowed somebody. And Vader gets dumped over the top rope. Vader's out. So now it's down to just Undertaker and Bret Hart. Austin's still beating up Bret Hart. And the Undertaker ends up choke slamming Bret Hart after the officials kind of get control of Austin. And then after the chokeslam, Bret Hart actually rolls up the Undertaker. He gets a 2 count, and then right immediately after, he just clotheslines the Undertaker over the top rope, and the Undertaker's eliminated. So nobody gets pinned or submitted in this match. Everybody gets thrown over the top rope and eliminated. Bret Hart wins the WWF title like that. So my thoughts, basically, now that you guys have heard everything that went on, And kind of sorry for kind of like rambling, but a lot went on in this match. I'm trying to take notes. It was just a lot. My thoughts on this match is the first match we watched. It was actually very good. There was good storytelling in this match. It wasn't slow almost at any point in this match. They were brawling all over the place. Everything was exciting. Got blood from Vader. Austin giving no fucks. There's so much going on. Weapons, low blows, everything you could think of. It looked like these guys absolutely hated each other. It was just so much fun, and it wasn't like spammed with finishers, which I like. I don't like when, I mean, I kind of enjoy it, but they do it overboard nowadays in WWE is when they overdo finishers. Finisher spamming is that's what fans like to call it. They do that too much, so it was nice to see that doesn't always have to happen to have a great match. So I would give this match probably a 8 out of 10. It was very entertaining. I mean, you couldn't really ask much more out of this match. So 8 might be even a little low. I might go 8.5 out of 10. But I have seen better Fatal 4-Ways. Just because I think the only thing that knocks this down for me in a 10, because it's a great match, is the fact that everybody gets eliminated over the top rope and nobody gets pinned. And so it's just pretty much like the Final Four of Royal Rumble. But it was really good. They did a good job with it. I wish one or two people would have got pinned, but overall the match was great. So good job there. And I recommend it. This is the first match that I will recommend anybody who is watching this review to go and watch this match after you watch this. Usually I post the matches with it, so you can just watch it right off here. You can go to the WWE Network in your house. Final Four, 1997. Very good. So I don't know what else to say about this match other than it's just phenomenal, and you guys should all check it out. So we'll see what Jeff has to say about this match. Hopefully he's a little bit more awake than I am, so I'm not very I should have waited to do this review, to be honest with you, but you can't hit gold every time. I'm not like, my personality is just meh right now because I'm tired. But we'll see what Jeff has to say. Phenomenal match. Next match we're doing is WrestleMania 13. Triple H versus Goldust. That was Jeff's pick for WrestleMania. I will try to be more awake, so I'm more into explaining the match than I was today. More like my first one when I did Vader and Undertaker, but I had to get it done today, and this is my only span of time to get this done. But I still broke it down decently, just my personality. So I'm sorry about that, guys. But thank you guys for watching and supporting. And, I just do this for fun because I enjoy it. So not everyone's going to be perfect. I'm not making money. So thanks, guys. Appreciate it.